So I was meant to get this video up earlier than expected. However, I'm just going to do a quick Juventus Bianconeri FC recap. So first of all, we had Juventus versus Dynamo Kiev, and even though this game is, already advanced through to the knockout rounds, we advanced through from the group stage after beating Ferencváros last week. In the first 5, 10, 15 minutes, we actually had some good crosses into the box. But it came in the 21st minute. Federico Chiesa out of everyone. Chiesa, yes, who I've given hate over the last month or so since the start of this YouTube channel, really, to be honest. I still don't think he's Juventus quality, really, to be honest. He makes some really silly decisions, but in this game, it was a good cross from Alexandro, pass from Morata, good cross from Alexandro, and perfect. Well, I would say perfect. Pretty good header, to be honest, from Chiesa. Heads it straight down into the ground and then it bounces up into the top right corner. So, yeah, that was our first goal of the game. And then we had the 57th minute. We had Cristiano Ronaldo score, of course. Then he made it 2-0. And it was a cross-in from Chiesa, and Morata kind of tapped it, but Ronaldo kind of sealed it with his foot. Poked his foot out, and then the ball crossed over the line. So it was just a simple, generic, simple tapping goal. And then Morata with the third goal, and it was just a simple run from McKennie down the right-hand side, and then I passed it to Chiesa, but it kind of came off the Dynamo Kiev player, kind of deflected off, and then Chiesa ran with the ball, passed to Morata. Morata step outside, I should say, and then shot with the side of his foot and to the bottom right corner. So that was perfect 3 points, even though it doesn't necessarily matter because we've pretty much made it through to the tournament rounds in the round of 16. But yeah, that's it. Comfortable 3 points, and then we move on to the next game. Juventus versus Torino. So we went with a 4-4-2 formation with De Ligt, Bonucci at the back, with Danilo playing on the left-hand side, and then Cuadrado. And then we also had Rabiot and Bentancur, which Bentancur is questionable, still very questionable, and Chiesa, Kulusevski, Ronaldo, and Dybala. Yeah, and obviously Morata wasn't playing due to the fact that pretty much Ronaldo came in because he didn't play against Benevento, if we do remember, because he had a rest. Pirlo rested him. And yeah, let's get into the game. Now, in this derby game, obviously, derby game, a lot of grit comes into this, well, a lot of granita comes into this, which Weston McKennie showed, the American. But before we get into that, obviously, in the first 9 minutes, we had Nicolas N'Koulou score, who, if you remember from 4 years ago, used to play for Marseille. Anyways, Ansaldi crossed the ball in, who found Miete, and then came off Miete, but Bonucci left N'Koulou unmarked because he ran up with Bentancur and Miete, and it left N'Koulou unmarked, and then N'Koulou just stabbed it home into the bottom right corner, and we're 1-0 down. Yeah, so then pretty much the first half kind of ended, and we're pretty dominant after that goal from N'Koulou, and we're controlling the tempo, trying to get the equaliser. However, it wasn't the case, and we didn't end up being clinical enough. And then it took, in the second half, until the 77th minute, where the corner was taken short, passed the ball to Cuadrado, and then Cuadrado whipped the ball in, and then boom, header from McKennie, straight into the bottom right corner, and we equalised. And you can see how much it feels for McKennie to get that goal against Torino, especially when it's a derby, and to get your first goal like that from Mr. McKennie. It's absolutely extraordinary from him, from the American. Beautiful. Love it. He's hard-working. He's been very hard-working this season. You know what? He's deserved it. And he's increased the tempo of our team, and especially in that midfield. In my opinion, he's just a overall better player than Bentancur, in my opinion. And it's just great to see him get that goal and equaliser, especially in a derby. So, yeah, that was very, very, very decisive moment in this game. So, McKennie will be very, very proud with that. And then, in the 89th minute, pretty much identical to the first goal. Juan Cuadrado whips a ball in from the right-hand side with a cross, and then Bonucci gets his head on it. And the thing is, he was at fault for the first goal, which we conceded with N'Koulou, and he didn't mark him properly. But in the end, he redeems himself with a beautiful header into the middle part of the goal. Straight past Salvatore Sirigu, and we get the 3 points which we need. Say what you want about Bonucci recently, but definitely his positioning has been off as of late, in my opinion, and his marking, to be honest. But when he does stuff like this, when you actually can cross the ball from, when you have someone like Cuadrado, who sometimes is inconsistent with it, but when he's on his good day with a good cross and he whips it in, Bonucci can always get his head on it and score. So very, very, very good to get that win, and to see Torino go down and us go up with the 3 points is very, very, very good for all Juventinis, all Bianconeris, and especially Andrea Pirlo and us as a club. And we move on to the next game this coming week. Juventus versus Barcelona, Messi versus Ronaldo. This is a huge game for a lot of neutrals as well tuning in, but this will be a big one. But other than that, please like and subscribe to Bianconeri FC and Finoallafine and Forza Juve.